estamos con Miss Kelly Smith, una auténtica leyenda del fútbol, una de las jugadoras históricas del Arsenal y también de Inglaterra, máxima anotadora de Inglaterra con 46 goles. Miss Kelly Smith, thank you to come to Barcelona. Did you know Barcelona? Did you know the city?
I've been here once before, many years ago, when Lionel Messi was playing for Barcelona, and we went to the Camp Nou to watch him play. So I always wanted to watch him live, so I got that one opportunity. He scored a couple of goals, he dominated the game, so yeah, just flew in for the game and then flew out. So not seen too much of the city so far.
Okay, you have come from London, you're now here in Barcelona. You have a very successful trajectory. Which is the moment you remember with more emotion?
Playing football, what was my most memorable moment? Oh, I've got so many. I had a really long career, over 20 years. For club, it was probably winning the quadruple, which was every 4 trophies that we were fighting on all fronts for. So that was the Champions League, the League Cup and the FA Cup. So we, in 2007, won all those trophies at Arsenal. So that was, we dominated women's football in England at that time. For international, it's probably my first ever World Cup in 2007, again, playing for England. My dad flew over to China and I scored 4 goals in that tournament. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals, but just it was always a dream of mine to play in a World Cup on the world stage, and that was the ultimate for me for playing for England in that tournament.
There in the World Cup of China, there is an iconic picture with you kissing your boat. What do you remember of this moment?
Like I said, it was a dream for me to play in the World Cup, and I had a premonition, a dream the night before, laying on my bed, that if I was to score a goal, I would take my boot off and just show it, because that was the boot that scored the goal for my country. But all the emotion that come over it, I just ended up bringing the boot to my lips and kissing it and showing it and keep kissing it, because it just, the emotion of the goal overtook me. So I actually got in a bit of trouble for doing that with the head coach, Hope Powell, after saying that I shouldn't have done that because it was a little bit arrogant. But hey, it was my dream, scoring for your country, and she said don't ever do it again. I didn't ever do it again, but I think when you play football these days, you have to celebrate goals. It's why you do it, to try and win games, score goals in big crowds now. So I would say to any female footballer, express yourselves when you score a goal, because you know it could be an iconic moment. I didn't know that at the time, but obviously that moment is talked about still after my retirement.
All the supporters and me, we've seen this image, this picture and this video many times, and it was really, really iconic. What do you think football gives to you?
Well, it's given to me over the years a lot of travel, meeting different people in different countries, leadership skills that I've learned playing in England and America, learning from different coaches that I've played for, understanding the game in that manner. Communication skills, how to communicate, and obviously now I'm bringing those leadership and communication skills over to my coaching that I have at Arsenal, being one of the assistant coaches, working with the strikers and attacking players, which was my forte in the game. It's given me so much, friends for life that you meet, playing against and with some of the best players in the world in my era, so it's given me so much. And now I have 2 young kids, and I would love for them to get into the game. My son is really interested in the minute. My daughter not so much, but I'm not going to push her. But there are opportunities now for her.
Yes, yes.
In my generation, we had to fight for everything. The games really weren't on TV. It wasn't global as it is now. So now my little daughter, who's 5, can look up and see the female football on TV now. And I dream for her that if she wants that, she has the opportunity to do that.
Yes, you talk about the opportunities now when you see the new generations, people like Aitana Bonmatí, Alessia Putellas, or also in England. You see the opportunities they have. What do you think about it?
I think it's fantastic, especially those players that you mentioned, world class, different level. I think young boys and girls now can view those women's footballers and see that it's on a level, they're as good as the men. And that's all that I wanted when I played. I wanted to be respected for being a female footballer. I think we're getting there slowly. But I think the game now is a lot faster, a lot quicker, more skillful, the players. There's better coaches around. It's just come a whole full circle, and the game's in a really healthy place now. But still a lot more to do on the global stage, but it's definitely getting better and better.
There is also a club who is very important for you, the Arsenal. You are an icon in Arsenal. You are working with them now. What are you doing?
So I'm working with just the attacking players. I'm part-time because, like I said, I have a family, so it's a work-life balance for me. 3 days a week working with the strikers, so Alessia Russo, Stina Blackstenius, and the forward players Beth Mead, Mariona Caldentey, who you know being from Spain, and just trying to improve their overall game, working on their different techniques, watching video, analysing clips of what they do in certain situations in the game, and just trying to help them. And look, they're already very, very high level players anyway, so if I can give them one or two little bits of information that I learned during my career, just help them to be better individually on a daily basis, that's why I do it.
We know here in Spain that the Super League of England is the reference, is the example. Why do you think you have a very important link with so opportunity, with so recursos? How have you worked so good there?
Well, I think the England team winning the Euros a few years back at Wembley, beating Germany, was a real big take-off for the game because we'd never won a major tournament before. England fell in love with the women's team, the Lionesses, and we got galvanised a lot of fans to then put eyes on our game. And then obviously we've had a professional league in that same, in a few years into that. So we've had fully qualified coaches, we've got our infrastructure now, lots of girls are interested, lots of grassroots teams for girls to play on. And now these Lionesses are icons.
Yes.
Everyone knows who Leah Williamson is, Mary Earps, everyone knows the Lionesses. So I think now that you can see it, the young girls want to be professional footballers if they can, and the opportunity's there.
And when Arsenal plays in the Emirates, for example, there is 45,000, 50,000 persons. It is enormous.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Arsenal is a global brand, not just with the men but the women. There's a brilliant fan base that the women have. This year we've I think playing 11 games at the Emirates, most of our home games, so that will be our home base now. So I think Arsenal as a general really value the women's game, have put a lot more marketing into it, and we're able to now get like top level high quality players to the club. But winning trophies is something that even when I was playing 20 odd years ago was something that was instilled in Arsenal women's team, and it still is to this day. So we've got a lot of fans that appreciate where the game is right now and on board and following us up and down the country when we play.
You said before England fall in love of the national team in the Euro Cup. Here in Spain we are falling in love of Barça. I don't know if you follow the team of Barça, and what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think they're a fantastic football club. Really love watching them play. I call it sexy football, just really easy on the eye, just so comfortable on the ball. Have so many passes going forwards, take opportunities to take 1v1 players. Pateus is a fantastic player. Bon Matic, what a brilliant, so nice to watch on the ball, so comfortable, left and right footed. Carolina Graham Hansen, obviously a brilliant player. They've got some elite level players. I know the league isn't that competitive as it is in England, but I think what Barcelona do well is when they play in Champions League, they up their level even more, and they put teams to bed quite easily with the creativity that they have in their team, and it's beautiful to watch.
Also, we have another teams, Real Madrid, Atlético de Madrid, Espanyol. Do you think that the Spanish league could be in some years like English league?
I hope so, because when I played for Arsenal, there was only 2 teams that were really competing for the title, and it wasn't a competitive league, so you would get a little bit frustrated that the game and the players weren't at that level. The whole league wasn't a brand, whereas now I think the WSL is a brand. It's so competitive. Man City could lose to Everton. Anybody could beat anybody within the league.
Yes.
And I think that's what fans want. They don't want to see one team winning it every year. So hopefully the La Liga can produce more homegrown talent and keep them in the country of Spain to make the league competitive, and not see Barcelona win it every year, maybe Real Madrid, maybe Atletico. So I think that's what the fans really want.
Sure. Yeah, finally, next year it is the Euro Cup in Switzerland. England will participate, Spain also. I don't know, you have been a Spanish team. Do you think there are opportunities to win the Euro Cup? Do you think it can be one of the favorites?
Oh, definitely. I think any time you see Spain in a Euros, you think they're one of the favourites. Likewise with England, Germany. I think they have the players, the infrastructure there. It's just you need that little bit of luck within tournament football. Obviously, you know they've been so successful. I think that they could potentially do it again.
The last question: when you were young, 7, 8, or 20 years old, did you imagine that feminine football will arrive so far?
No. When I was playing as a young girl, I didn't even know England women had a national team. It was never on TV. There was maybe that much of a paragraph that I found in the local newspaper. England lost to Germany 5-0. And I'm like, England have a women's football team? So it was then I knew that I wanted to play for Arsenal, I wanted to play for England, and I did everything possible. You know, I was at that time, Arsenal were only training 2 evenings a week, and it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to be playing professionally, training with a ball at my feet every day. So I had to leave England to go to America to achieve that, because there was no opportunity in England at that time.
Yes.
So I had to leave my home country to go and pursue my dream of being a professional footballer. So I didn't imagine now the way the game is now globally. You know, players are household names, global brands. Every match is on TV.
Yes.
You see the attendances at World Cups and Euros. It's just gone to a different level, and who knows where the game will go over the next 10 years.
Sure.
It's frightening.
Yeah, I hope. So, Ms. Kelly-Smith, thank you very much. Thanks for open doors to the new generations, and thank you for this interview to Mundo Deportivo. It's an honor for us to have a legend like you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.